You don't wanna talk right now. Got me messed up like wow. All I wanna know is how. They can say I lost my love, but I was still holding up.
Hey, there we go. There we go. I'm about to sing it here.
Yeah.
Hey. If I knew the words, I would. I just like the hook. The hook is just crazy. Hey. Oh. Another night. In the studio. Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne. Oh, I see you with. Hey, you throwing up this.
My Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, my sisters.
Shout out to them.
Yeah,
Oh.
we got our annual scholarship luncheon Saturday.
That's what's up. That is what's up. Shout out to the pink and the green.
The pink and the green.
Oh, the pink and the green. The pink and the green. Yeah. Another night.
Yeah.
Another night conversation with Whitney and Dwayne. We are in the studio tonight. My sis Whit is back in the building.
I feel like I haven't been here in like 3 weeks, maybe a month or whatever the case is. But it feels like I haven't been here in a while.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm so excited to be here to share with you.
It's a beautiful thing to have you back in the building.
The partner, my brother in Christ, my brother in love, my brother
in
purpose, friendship and purpose and vision and all that stuff.
Stay in the
connected
course.
for a reason.
Stay in the
course.
course.
You know, so crazy, not so crazy, but we've been connected for about how many years now?
About 6.
About 6 years. We went to, if you don't know the story, Dwayne and I met at New York Theological Seminary. Yes, we're seminarians.
Right.
Yes.
For those of us who know what that is.
And if you don't know what that is, we studied the history and the Bible.
We just gonna call it. We studied theology.
Theology.
We studied Christian theology. We studied. There was classes and conversations where we looked at
some great ones.
So many different other religions. We studied Islam, Hindu,
studied
Buddha. You know what I mean? We was educated. On a lot of different religions, man. So theology as a whole, because it was there when I learned the difference between theology and Christian theology.
Yes,
Christian theology is not theology in its entirety as a whole. Rather, it is separate. It's theology is the study of God, right?
Yes.
And the religions, pending your belief system, kind of give you an opportunity to I guess just be educated. I'm gonna simplify. I'm not gonna go too deep. Just be educated, to be enlightened about these different these different depictions and understandings of what we believe. Those of us who do believe about God.
You know what? And the thing is that we studied too how to do ministry in the urban sector. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the 21st century.
In the urban. That's the hood. That's the ghetto.
That's the hood. That's, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying?
The impoverished.
The impoverished.
The marginalized. The oppressed.
I would say the unconventional type of way.
I like that word.
You know what I'm saying? The unconventional type of way.
One of the words they used in school was unorthodox.
Well, yes, unorthodox. And the thing is that we learn how to do ministry, how people... different type of ministry, how the people they feel as if we need to do ministry a certain way, but we learn that what we bring to the table as far as individuals, Dwayne and I, that the ministry that God has given us, we can do it this way because this is where God has called us to.
Absolutely.
That how we do ministry is okay. It is honored. God has called us to this type of ministry that we do. You understand? You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because the way you do ministry, the way I do ministry, people might not be okay with that because they're so used to how ministry is done.
Yeah,
you understand what I'm saying? So
we've been conditioned to understand it a certain way.
But going to seminary, this particular seminary, has taught us that it is okay, and we are in alignment with where we are as far as how we do ministry and being comfortable in our skin and how and what God wants to do with us and through us.
Absolutely.
So big up to NYTS.
Yes.
Can we get a hand clap?
New York Theological Seminary. Here we go. New York Theological Seminary. Shout out to the new president, Reverend Lakeisha, Dr. Reverend Lakeisha Warren, who is the president now of NYTS. Yeah. Shout out to her with that amazing role, that amazing responsibility, and the favor of God that is on her life. I'm pretty sure she will take that school to levels that will just be amazing. So shout out to her. Shout out to the faculty there. Shout out to the students. Shout out to the people who will be going there. And shout out to everybody who came through there doing some amazing work because of what we all experienced and learned and what was deposited into our spiritual accounts as we all studied underneath some amazing professors and scholars and theologians, man, who blessed us tremendously with their study. So shout out to NYTS, man.
Great. So I know you weren't maybe prepared for what we came in with, but that's just what it is.
No, that's cool.
We're celebrating because I'm so excited to be here. I feel like I took a month break or something, but that wasn't the case. It was because I had to do different things. But I'm so happy to be here today, this evening. So God has blessed us with another day. So listen up. Don't Drop Out on You.
Yeah.
Is our new book that Dwayne and I have created, that God has given us the vision for.
Yeah.
Please get this book. Just think about the title, Don't Drop Out on You. There's so many issues, so many things that people are going through, people are dealing with, and we want to encourage everyone to don't drop out on you. Don't drop out on you. This can help youth, young adults. It can help, not even just putting that in that type of category, but it's an intergenerational book. We like to say, please get this book. Please, it will save your life, right?
Save your life, save a life. Establish conversations within communities, within households. It is vital at this particular time. It's necessary. It's critical. There's so many different challenges that's going on at this particular time, and we have some content, some material, some literature rather inside of this piece that we put together that God gave us that we believe will be able to help speak to whatever the challenge is that you as a parent, you as a counselor, you as a teacher, you as a therapist, you as a psychiatrist, you as a principal, you as a superintendent, you as a youth pastor, you as a police officer, you as a correctional officer, anybody who's actually working with youth or just working with families. There is some literature there that will really be able to help establish a conversation. Please make sure you go out and get this book. It is available on any online bookstore, Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can please go out and purchase a copy of our book. We need you guys' support. Our goal is still to have this book, as we start to have this book inside of 10,000 kids' hands. That is the goal, that we have 10,000 children, 10,000 young adults. It doesn't matter, young adult, child, we want this book inside of their hands. So please make it your business to support us and put this book inside of those kids' hands and help us make our contribution to humanity at a time where so many people are overwhelmed and frustrated and stressed and really don't
want to give up.
And are actually giving up. You know what I mean? Let's call it for what it is. Who are actually giving up. They've already dropped out. But you know what? I dropped out of high school, man. And I think that only because of the grace of God, the mercy of God, the love of God, and some amazing people that God placed into my life, I turned out pretty okay even after I dropped out of school. So I want to encourage somebody to make sure that you get your hands on this book right here. Don't Drop Out on You. It is available for purchase, and we will love you guys' support. So please get your hands on this book. What else we got going on with?
Yo, November 16th.
Okay.
Is the day.
Come on, give it to us.
I'm just, setting the stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
November 16th is going down.
Uh-huh.
The Go Get It.
Take your time. Take your time.
Because I'm so excited, right? Because I haven't been here, right?
Take your time.
So I am so good. Because I'm so excited about the 4th annual Go Get It Women's Empowerment Conference, November 16th, 2019.
Come on.
Get your tickets.
Come on.
Listen, ladies and gents, this is not just this empowerment conference is not just for women, but it's also for men, okay? The vision that God has given me when I first started the event, it was for women, and then God said, let's open it up to men. This is a women's and men conference. Okay, so I want you to come out November 16th at the Watson Hotel. It's going to bless your life. This is the 4th annual conference, and we were sold out last year. Every single year we keep growing, and I'm just amazed by what God is doing with this conference and the presenters, the transformational speakers that he is putting in my spirit to bless this conference. You know what? One thing about this conference is that we give those who have a great message and tools that can help us, who sometimes people don't know. It might be their second or third time, or you know what, let me say this. We might call them the amateurs, right? They might not be the TD Jakes. They might not be the Sarah Jakes. They might not be the those who that you see on these platforms. But we have so many people out here that are so powerful and transformational that people don't get an opportunity to even see, to even hear about. So at the Go Get It Women's Empowerment Conference, what we do is I provide the platform for those who are powerful, that people that don't hear, they get a chance to hear on my stage that God has presented for me. So one of the visions that I have for the conference is allow those who have a powerful message and the tools to get on this conference to be able to speak to the lives of people that they might not have, they might not be at the TD Jakes level or the Sarah Jakes level at this point, but they will be, trust me, that have some really great information that can help you transform, and they also have the tools, and we're going to do actionable items. This is an interactive conference, so you're not going to just sit there and just listen. You're going to sit there and do some work, but you're also going to leave there having to do some work. So I need you to be there November 16th, 2019 at the Watson Hotel. Get your tickets now. Right now we got a buy one get one free sale. I don't do that often, okay? So take advantage of the tickets. Buy one get one free. Bring a friend, bring your lover, bring a coworker, bring your neighbor, bring your hater, bring somebody that is definitely going to benefit from this conference, because we're talking about so many things that people do not want to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So I need you to be there. Vendors, I still have vending opportunity for the vendors, so please contact me. It's not a lot of vendor spaces left, but I'm trying to give that opportunity, y'all. So contact me, 914-715-7479. Also hit me up on info@gogetitwomen'sempowermentconference.com. You want to be there. The tickets are going ballistic. Yo, get your tickets.
I love it, Whit. Can I go real quick?
I'm done.
Check this out.
Yeah,
2019, November 16th, the 4th annual Go Get It Women and Men's Empowerment Conference. I am D. Graham. I will be in the building. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I am D. Graham. I will be in the building, giving something that God has put on my heart for this conference, and the theme that I will be speaking about is through it all. Through it all. The theme for this conference is breakthrough, but I'm talking about through it all. So you want to make sure that you're in the building for this conference, because I will be there speaking about through it all. So please make sure you get your ticket to this 4th annual Women and Men's Empowerment Go Get It Conference. D. Graham will be in the building as one of the speakers, giving you what I know God gave me through it all. You don't want to miss this, so please get your ticket.
You know what? I have to say that. Listen, the reviews from the conference, and I'm not just saying it because you my brother, you my dude, right? I'm not saying this because we got history, right? Yo, what they were saying after you left the conference last year, they were talking about how powerful your presentation was, how moving and how inspiring it was. So I want to thank you for bringing that energy. I want to thank you for bringing that presentation, because lives were transformed due to what you offered at the conference. And I'm not just saying that. When I saw the presentation and what you were offering and what you were giving of yourself, I said, wow. this is powerful. I mean, I'm writing stuff down myself, and I already have access to you, right? So, but I'm writing stuff down I'm taking notes. So I want to thank you for, being a part of my event.
And I thank you for allowing me to be there.
Absolutely. All right, I know. Look, we're going to talk about your movement, and then we're going to really get into this topic of conversation tonight. This is one of my favorite topics that we're going to talk about this evening.
Okay.
But let's do with the Vibe With Me. What's up with that?
Vibe With Me right now is we done went from the 1 minute videos to about a 5, 6, maybe 7 minute. That's perfect. 5, 6, 7 minute morning sermons. That's what I'm doing now. We done went from the 1 minute top of the mornings inside, or rather in front of the house, to sitting at the dining room table giving 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 minute sermon messages each morning now. That's what we're doing. That's the type of time that we're on right now, because I believe that people need more than 1 minute. And my reason for that is, of course, God has me doing it, but I'm going to keep saying it until everybody gets it. Sunday, if you go to service on Sunday, or if you go to the mosque on Friday, or even if you go to 7 days of inter-service on Saturday, 1 day of fellowship, worship, prayer, communion is not enough. It's not enough. The other 6 days, we on the grind. Everybody's trying to get to the bag, securing the bag. Everybody's overwhelmed. Everybody's stressed out. It's all kind of challenges, and we're not giving God enough time for the other 6 days that we making for the 1 hour or half an hour or 45 minutes, however long that service is, on Sunday, Saturday, or Friday. So each day, when God allows me to rise, I'm getting up and I'm giving you a 4, 5, 6 minute message. I'm getting into that word, and we studying, and I'm doing my best to give you whatever it is that God gives me to give all of us. So that's what the Vibe With Me movement is going on right now. After I come back from this amazing honeymoon that me and my fiance / wife to be is going to go on, we're going to come back in October. We're going to get into some more breaking bread. We're going to get more into breaking bread, where we're going to be having, couples, marriage counseling, marriage workshops. We're going to be having relationship workshop. We're going to be having it all when we come back. We're going to go away for 7 days. We're going to game plan, and we're going to come back, and the vibe is going to continue. That's all I'm going to say. The vibe is going to continue. The breaking bread is going to continue. And I'm just excited about entering into this new realm, this next level, man, of surrender, of humility, of service, of taking my relationship with God to another level and letting God take me to the next level. So that's what's going on with the Vibe With Me movement right now. Dope. That's what's going on.
Dope. So now we're going to get into our spirit check. And we do this on our prayer call. If you haven't had a chance to dial into Monday Morning Glory, we have something that we call a spirit check, and I'm hoping that you dial into our Monday Morning Glory. We have a prayer call every single Monday morning. It will be 6 years as of October. 7 o'clock we start. We end when God says we end. Usually it's before 8 o'clock. So Monday Morning Glory. You can get the information on our Facebook pages and on our Instagram pages. This is where we go in. We talk to God. We go to God on behalf of our prayer warriors, because we're a group now. 6 years in October. We conversate. We talk about the word. We give testimonies, prayer requests. We give so many things. And I want to shout out to those who call in every single Monday morning. Yeah. Even if it's not every single Monday, they call in whenever they can. They're there. But the testimonies, the testimonies and the offerings that they give has blessed my life, and I know it blessed Dwayne's life, but it blessed everyone on that call's life. So if I could shout out those who just give that power.
Shout them out.
All right, I got Tiff from Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Angela. Amazing. Where's Angela from?
Atlanta.
She's in Atlanta.
Yeah.
All right. Vaniqua.
Long Island.
And L.I. Yes, L.I.U. No, that's Long Island University. Long Island.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God. This is hilarious. Tamara.
Yeah.
Shout out to you. Who else?
We got Kia. We got Antoinette.
Mo.
Yeah, we got Mo, who always calls in with us.
The crazy thing is, but Dave, he put something on my Facebook. He listens in. He doesn't say anything, but he listens.
Shout out to Dave.
Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Who else? What? That's good.
Gwen.
Gwen.
Shout out to Gwen.
Yes,
Yeah. Shout out to
Yeah.
Gwen.
For calling in.
These are faithful callers, who call
what I'm
in.
saying? That and just not even call in, but you give voice, you know what I'm saying? But not no shun or anything who do not, who the ones who do not speak. That's cool. But we want to shout out to you. So shout out to all the prayer warriors that call in every single Monday morning. And we, like I said, we've been going for 6 years. Thank you so much. You guys give us life.
Yeah.
And we have to be in prayer, Like, this world can eat us up. You know what I'm saying? And we don't want to die where we are. We can't afford to die where we are, So thank you so much for everyone calling in and just trusting Dwayne and I to go to God on your behalf. But thank you for the interaction, because it has brought us to places that we didn't even think we could go.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So, I said, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I heard you.
Yeah, I know.
It was on point, though. I was feeling
I'm just saying, I'm girly, but I got that I got tomboyish.
That.
No, I got the tomboyish in me too. So I'm a Renaissance woman. I got all of that, every aspect. Yeah, and we're gonna talk about relationships tonight. So anyway, here we go. So let's get into our spirit check.
How you feel?
It's obvious. It seems like our spirit check is we kind of like.
That's a fact. That's a
we
fact.
Good, right?
But you go first, Whit.
I'll go first. I'm as you see, I'm excited, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited, but I'm in a reflective state, but I'm also in a becoming state. I'm excited about becoming, and I'm in the process, and I'm walking in the process of becoming. We are always in a state of becoming, and I'm excited about where I am, how I think. I'm excited about how I choose as far as my perspective, and just want to do better in every area of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited because I'm in the process of always becoming. You know what I mean? So that's where I am today.
Okay.
I'm putting them things in place to become.
Okay, my spirit check tonight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go different tonight, Whit.
Yeah, go different.
My spirit tonight is I'm excited. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to November 16th. I got to bring that back. The 4th annual Women and Men's Empowerment Go Get It Conference. I'm excited about that right there. You know why I'm excited? Because I'm one of the speakers, and I can't wait to present Through It All. The theme is breakthrough, but I got something in my spirit and on my heart that I know God gave me, and again, it's called Through It All. So I'm excited because I get an opportunity to bless every person who gets a ticket, who comes out, to make sure that they are there on November 16th. Downtown, Midtown, we in the city.
First time.
We in the city for our 4th annual. So I'm excited to be able to give people what God has given me. And the theme, again, is breakthrough. But what he gave me to say is through it all. So please make sure you guys come out and get this energy, get this power, because I swear on God, I'm only getting stronger in God. And if you thought the last one that you heard, for those who was there, was something, this one right here is going to be amazing. So please make sure you get your tickets and get there. So that's my spirit check today. I'm excited, and I'm looking forward to the 16th of November. Go Get It Women and Men's Empowerment Conference. Go get it with my sis Whit. Whoo! LaShawn and Jamie.
Shout out to my partners.
Y'all got something coming y'all way that y'all never seen or heard before. So that's my spirit check today, Whit.
I love it.
Let's get into tonight's show. Let's get into it.
Let's get into the topic of tonight's show. So, Dwayne and I was having a conversation, right?
Yeah.
We said we're going to talk about tonight. We're going to talk about tonight, right? And as we know, if you don't know, Dwayne is getting married next week.
Yeah. Next
Friday. And I can't wait. Goodbye. I love weddings.
Next Friday.
Hey.
It's going down.
Hey.
It's going down. It's going down. It's going down. It is going down. It's going down, Whit. I'm excited.
So I'm excited.
Drop a bomb on him. There it is. Flex who? Flex who?
Yeah.
Flex who?
Flex ain't got nothing on our
Flex
crews.
who? Flex who?
Right.
But we're gonna be flexing next Friday, man. It's
I'm
going
excited
down.
about it. So we decided that we are going to get and we're gonna talk about relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're gonna talk about being in relationship, what that looks like.
Yeah.
What that feels like. And we know it feels like and it looks like different for everyone else. It's different for different people because we're not the same. But at the same time, this was the inspiration because, like I said, Dwayne's getting married next week. and I'm excited about it because I love weddings.
Yeah.
And I'm excited about who he's marrying, and we're gonna talk about relationships. So we didn't give you the call numbers, and we're gonna give you the call numbers this evening.
914-968-6499 or 718-705-4959. Along with the topic of conversation tonight, if you got any questions, you need some prayer, you want some advice, please call in.
And
please call in.
Congratulations, C Mav.
Hey, C-Mav, thank you so much.
Name on Instagram said congratulations.
Thank you so much for that love. Thank you for those wishes. Call in tonight, C-Mav. Have you tuned in with us? If you got a question, you want some advice, you need some prayer, join us for tonight's conversation. That's what we did last week. That's what we're going to do again. So we're not just going to only have the conversation. We want to be in conversation with you guys. Yeah. If you hear something tonight that makes you want to raise a question, don't hesitate to call in.
That's why it's conversations, though. It's not just between Dwayne and I.
Exactly.
Well, we said conversations with Whitney and Dwayne, but these are the conversations that we had previous that inspired our book, Meeting an Authentic You, the first book that we have.
Yeah.
So the conversation is between us that we have previous, but we want to invite you into the conversation because there's different perspectives.
Join us.
Let's get into it.
Join us.
Let's get into it.
Join us. Yeah, that's the topic of conversation tonight. We talking about, real quickly, the conversation that me and my sis Whit had about me getting married next Friday. And we wanted to have a conversation about not just me getting married, but relationships, right? And just have an open conversation, an open dialogue. So if you hear something tonight, again, call in. I just want to give them real quickly with the call-in numbers. 914-968-6499 or 718-705-4959. If you are watching us, the number is going across the screen where you can call in at any given time for the next half an hour. It is 9 o'clock, and it is time for us to get into this topic of conversation. What's up, Whit? What you want to know? What I want to know? Not what you want to know. What you want to say, rather. You
Look, what is this? Remember the old school? You dial in for relationship advice? Look, I don't need to know nothing. I know what I know.
What you want to say? What you want to say? How you want to start the conversation?
What I wanted to say. Nah, I forgot. I was about to say something. I just lost my train of thought. But so what I want to say. Let's talk about relationships.
Okay.
You know, let's start off with this. You have so many people out there, right? And it could be men or women who are scared to really or nervous to be in relationship, right?
Okay.
Because I feel like when you're in relationship, it exposes different things about you.
Come
right?
on.
It exposes your past. It exposes where you are presently, it exposes where you're trying to go in your future.
Come on.
And I think a lot of people.
I'm just hype. I'm ready.
No, I'm good. I feel like I'm in a rap video.
Come on.
You about to make me start rapping. So.
All right, be quiet.
Yeah, no, I like it though. The two come ons. So. Wait, so that's that chemistry we got right here.
Let's go.
Right, so I think it seemed like a lot of those, and I'm about to go in because I got a lot. People, it could be men or women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are nervous about getting into relationship because they don't want to. They might be afraid that it might expose their past, right? Whether it's their childhood or their previous relationships, it might expose where they are and expose where they're going.
Okay.
And also, as far as getting into relationship, is that I have to be vulnerable. Maybe I have to be somebody that I wasn't previously.
Come on.
And I have to, I have to be somebody that maybe I'm not ready to be at this time because I don't know if I am this person, I don't know what else is going to come out of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's basically kind of the not uncomfortability, but I might not. I lost my train of thought.
Well, let me piggyback on some of what I
wanted to say.
Let me piggyback on some of what I've heard you say so far. Right? What I heard you say so far was this: Whit.
I know exactly what I'm saying.
The apprehension that people have when you start talking about being in a relationship or maybe even going into marriage, right? There's this apprehension because of the level of vulnerability that comes along with being in a relationship with somebody. And some people are scared, unwilling, maybe not ready to become, right, the next version of themselves, or possibly because of previous relationships and experiences that they may have had, along with just not being open to trust again, right? So I know for myself, right, my reasoning for this particular decision that I'm now saying yes to, that's the language. I'm going to stay consistent with this language that me and my wife to be are sharing and saying to one another and to others in terms of us saying yes, is because I took me as far as I could take me. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that again. I took me as far as I could take me, right? Now having somebody that I'm learning how to share space with, and I'm now willing to become the next version of myself and now participate in purpose, not just being with somebody just to say I'm in a relationship, but now operating in purpose, right? And understanding that there's a calling on my life. I was created for something beyond just getting up, going to work. I was created for something beyond hanging out. I was created for something beyond doing what it is that I want to do. And now having somebody that I now can experience that with, explore that with, and become the next version of myself with is the reason, well, one of the reasons why I'm saying yes to relationship, why I'm saying yes to marriage at this particular point. So I'm pushing past fears. I'm pushing past familiarity. I'm pushing past comfortability. I'm pushing past the things that I normalize, right? My trauma, my chaos, my dysfunction, my selfishness, my pride. I'm pushing past all of those things to say, yes, I want to share space with you. Yes, I want to fulfill purpose with you. Yes, I want to see what it is that God is going to do with us and through us. So for me, I've thankfully grown into a space where now, and this is something that I want.
You know what?
Come on.
No. So, you're going into marriage, right? And I was married before. I was married about, what's now? Maybe about 17, about 15 years ago, right? So I was married before. But the thing is that going into that marriage, I really didn't know who I was, right? Only I knew what my upbringing said I was. I knew what my parents said I was. I knew what people said I was, right? I didn't know who I was going into that marriage, right? So the thing is that, one of the things I, would have what I know now differently, dealing with relationships and things of that nature, like you really have to know who you are. Personally, you have to know who you are. I feel, this is my belief in God, you really have to know who you are and be comfortable with who you are in order to be in relationship with someone else. You know what I'm saying? And like I said in the beginning, is that a lot of people are apprehensive because they have this fear because because of who they were in the past, who they are in the present and who they are in the future. Sometimes they're apprehensive because maybe they don't know who they are, but at the same time is that we have to get into a place where, you know what? Not even that. It's that a lot of us are dealing with so much baggage, right? So much hurt, so much pain, so much distress, so much things from our previous relationships that we have had in the past that, we don't allow ourselves to get in these fruitful relationships that can birth purpose, that can change us to who God, or has not changed us, but has a process in influencing us to transform in who we are really created to be. You know what I mean? Sometimes we don't allow ourselves to get to that place because of the baggage that we still have. So some of us can't even get to that place of being one with someone else. You know what I'm saying? Being in that phase of purpose with someone else, being in marriage with someone else. You know what? Like, relationship in general is that the person I'm with, right? we gotta serve a purpose together. Like, I want to learn from you. You need to learn from me. We need to learn from each other. Submit to God, but submit to each other as well. You know, and things just fall in alignment. Like like you understand that synergy situation. And the thing is, we're not gonna get there unless we deal with the baggage that we have from those previous relationships, deal with the baggage that we have with ourselves. There's a lot of work you got to do.
And with that said, here's what I'll say to what you just said. And I love everything that you just said, right? What has been a blessing for me, first, just dealing with myself with, is I had to take a look and say to myself, before making the decision to say, I want to commit to you, and now I want to also marry you, right? I had to look at my decision making. I had to look at, if I continue to live and move the way that I'm moving, how will my life look moving this way in 10 years? If I'm blessed to see 10 years at 30 moving this way, at 40. If I still keep it going at 40, am I okay with living this way if I make it to 50? And the answer to that question was no. That's why I started the conversation with saying, I can take me but so far. I can take me but so far. I believe that I can heal, I can become, I can transform, I can fulfill purpose, right? Alongside somebody who's willing to do the same thing.
Just imagine how much you can accomplish with having someone on your team.
So
in general, right?
With that said,
you know,
I had to really say to myself, I got to reevaluate my values. I got to reevaluate my beliefs, right? Because don't get me wrong, I enjoyed my period of me, right? But what fruitful, productive thing really came out of me being just with me?
You know what? Hold on. We just brought a thought to me, because everyone's not, it's okay if you want to be just with you.
And that's fine.
And that's fine.
We're not trying to impose,
being in a
relationship or marriage on you.
Yes,
we're just having a conversation about it.
Yeah, we're just having a conversation about relationships. Some people are just good with just being with themselves and let's say not with themselves, being in that single state. Singleness doesn't mean loneliness. Okay, so we're saying, as far as being in relationship, we're being in a relationship, in a love relationship, because you're in relationship consistently, whether it's with your boss, with your employees, employer, with your family. When you have a connection with a person and you're spending time with the person, conversating with the person, whether it's business or whatever the case is, it's a relationship. Okay, but we are talking about love relationships, and you don't have to feel as if you need to be in a relationship or that's what God has for you. So we don't want to impose that you need to be in a relationship.
That is definitely not what we're saying.
That's not, because I just want to make that clear. You know how sometimes
I think what we also,
words can be misconstrued.
Absolutely.
Right?
What we're doing is just being transparent with our experiences and having open conversation about relationships. And I'm being vulnerable with our viewers and our supporters by just sharing my personal past experiences and my present reality. My present reality at this particular time is I choose to commit myself because I'm becoming a better version of myself alongside who it is that I'm choosing to be in relationship with, who I'm choosing to serve. And I'm loving this version of myself. I'm enjoying this version of myself. I'm actually seeing the fruit of being this version of myself alongside this particular person. Even though prior to being in this new space, I also enjoyed my singleness. I enjoyed being that version of myself as well. But I started to realize that I wasn't going to levels that I knew I can get to moving that way. So that's not trying to impose, this ideal or these set of principles or these set of values on anyone, right? It's just conversation and say, you know what?
Oh, yeah, we just have a conversation.
You may be in a space right now where you feel like, you know what? I enjoy myself when I'm able to do me, however that is and whatever that may be. But here's what I've come to learn with that life, even in those moments of enjoying you and doing what you want to do, what you don't consider and what I didn't consider is what life would throw at me moving that way, right? So for me, testimony time, right? I'm thankful that I had who I have in my life when last year my brother passed away. Had I still been moving around the way I was moving around with this one and that one, doing what it is that I wanted to do, I wouldn't have had security, stability, sanity, right? Structure, right? Support. I wouldn't have had that. It would have been sporadic all over the place. It wouldn't have been something that would have helped me deal with one of the most challenging experiences that I've went through in my adult life. So for me, not saying that you need to do that because when somebody dies, you want to have somebody on your side. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying also that you can do that, but also be mindful that something else may take place where the persons or people that you running around with doing your 1-2 with may disappear on you when it's time for you to go through your storm. In my case, it was the death of a loved one. In your case, it may be sickness. Cancer might knock on your door. Something might show up for you right now, and that God forbid, you might have an accident. You might get paralyzed. You probably can't clean yourself. And now here comes somebody that or not even here comes somebody. Here goes somebody leaving out of your life because they saying, I didn't sign up for that. You ain't my wife. You ain't my husband. You ain't my man. That's not my job to take care of you. So I'm not saying that your wife or your husband will because you're married. What I'm saying is, you just want to reevaluate what you believe in.
During that time, you had not just you had relationships that were or people in your life that cared about you. You know what I'm saying? Like you had going through that time. It wasn't that one person. You had multiple people
absolutely
that was caring about you. So the thing is that when it comes to relationship is that whether it's somebody that you decide to take it to the next level with,
that's
as
good.
far as a love relationship, whatever the case is, God will still bring those people, whatever in what capacity, that he will still cover you in the relationships, whether it's through friendship, whether it's through a love relationship, whether it's through a business, whatever. He's going to bring those people in around to comfort you in the time that you need to be comforted.
But you also have to be moving a certain kind of way to receive that kind of support, even from friendship and family.
No,
because
I believe that.
There's certain people who are not moving a certain kind of way, and they going through certain situations, and they saying, I don't have nobody here for me.
I just want people to know that you don't have to be in a love relationship to receive support.
I agree.
Do you understand what I'm
saying? No, I totally agree.
You're gonna have, you have people around you. God will send you those people around, whether it's a love relationship or whatever type of relationship is, to receive that.
But I want to add to that perspective by saying you still have a responsibility to move a certain kind of way in order to receive that kind of support. Because we all know, if we be honest, that there are people who are selfish, non-caring. They don't care. You know what I mean? Like they just don't care. So when the storm shows up in their life, I don't know why they got the audacity to have an attitude that nobody's there for them when they push people away with these kind of attitudes. So I'm not saying what you're saying is not true in the relationship context, or even if you're single. What I'm adding to what you're saying is you may be a person who's not your best self, and you giving people your behind the kiss, and when you now got to go through your storm, you now got to deal with the fact that nobody's being there for you, and now you feeling some kind of way that nobody's there. Look, I did time. There was a lot of people who I was locked up with. They didn't get no mail. They didn't get no packages. They didn't get no visits. Nobody was coming to see about them. Their calls was being refused. And it wasn't because they didn't have nobody. It had a lot to do with their belief system, their behaviors, their attitude. So I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong or I don't agree. I'm just saying that you can live a certain way where you're not going to get that level of support and that love that that we're saying you're going to get. You may not get it. And you not getting it possibly because you living a certain way that is causing you not to receive that. That's all I'm saying. It's possible when you are working on yourself, you healing, you transforming in your singleness, right? You being a better version of yourself. You just don't want to be committed right now, or you just haven't met who's for you at this particular time, whatever your circumstance is. But you still working on you. You still making a certain adjustments and certain changes to yourself and about yourself. And those are the people who I believe they get that support. When they go through challenges, people do show up for them. God does send other people into their lives to help them deal with whatever the crisis or trial or circumstance is that they're dealing with. But what I'm saying is I've met a lot of people with who they don't have anybody. That's all I'm saying. I've been with them. I've been the person who said, "Dag, you know, while we up north, we doing time. This person got more time than I got, and they ain't getting no mail. Ain't nobody coming to see about them. And police officers are treating them horrible. People on the jail don't even want to deal with them. They don't even want to feed them. And you know what? Dag, So to your point, you're right. God will send, but everybody's not always willing to be obedient to people who they know are being horrible people. There's some people you like, yo, now you deserve that. You ain't called for that.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like you will have some type of you can experience some type of breakthrough with somebody who will just come through for you. I don't feel like it's null and void. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree. I agree.
You can experience some type of breakthrough that might come through. It just might.
No, I agree.
Might, or some type of person now come into your life based and give you some type of revelation. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we just witnessed that over the weekend. Let's go this way real quick. We just witnessed that over the weekend with Jamal Bryant and Kanye West.
I have no idea about it, so I can't really speak to you about
I'll speak about it real quickly.
Okay,
Kanye West was at New Birth Church in Atlanta, and he was allowed to do his what we call those renditions. That's what we call them. Or remakes, that's what we call them. We call them remakes, rendition, right, of songs that he turned into gospel songs. And the good brother, Pastor Jamal Bryant, allowed him to come inside of his church in the sanctuary and allowed him to do what it is that, Kanye does, which is make great music. But at the same time, prior to this, Kanye wasn't a favorite of the people. A lot of people was actually faulting him, judging him, criticizing him, thinking that, he was a Trump supporter, all of these different things that people, was putting on him because of the kind of energy and attitude that he had. But to Whit's point, somebody I recently heard, I don't know if it's true or not, but because you can't trust everything that's going out on social media, right? They said that Chance the Rapper out of Chicago told him that, he needed to start, basically paraphrase, take his relationship with Christ a little bit more serious. And as a result of it, he decided, looks like it, to take his relationship with Jesus a little bit more serious. So now here he is now, doing Sunday sermons, right? Sunday services where he's doing these remake of songs. And now, he's kind of getting people to change how they're seeing or viewing or feeling about Kanye as a result of Chance the Rapper having conversations with Kanye about him taking his relationship with Christ more serious. So now we see Kanye in a different light. So to your point, Whit, we have somebody who actually was willing to step in and give some kind of grace, send in some kind of love to somebody who people, for the most part, was saying, yo, you know what? I don't want to have nothing to do with this dude. This dude done lost his mind. He's saying slavery was a choice. He's now saying Trump he's my friend. He's saying everything that he shouldn't be saying right now as I don't want to say just as a black person, but as a person who comes from the struggle, as a person who comes from being oppressed, marginalized, ostracized, as a person who comes from that, how dare you fix your mouth to say these particular things, right? So he now is being viewed a whole nother kind of way, not necessarily from everybody, but from a significant number of people who was willing to receive his worship, his sacrifice, his willingness to say, you know what? I believe in Jesus, man, and and he testified. I mean, if you haven't seen it, please go to Jamal Bryant's page. Please go to his page and watch it. Somebody's calling in. Who's on the line with us? Hello, call. Who's on the line with us? Talk to us.
Let me see.
It's Yamilia.
Who?
Yamilia.
Yamilia, how you doing?
Hey, I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. I have a question. Because I know that tonight's topic is about in regards to relationships. So my issue is that, I went through a very long-term relationship, and since that ended, I've kind of been really skeptical about re-entering other relationships. And a part of that is because, I see a red flag and I'm out. Or, I notice certain personality traits, and I'm just completely taken that person out of the category. And it happens every single time. So I'm starting to wonder if I'm self-sabotaging or, like, you know, I've healed, I've dealt with my past, but at the same time, I'm not trying to revisit those past experiences. So when I see characteristics, traits, behaviors, and things of that nature, I'm really quick to, like, kind of, like, stop it in its tracks. So I just kind of wanted to know, like, what your thoughts and perspectives were on that.
Can I answer that first, and then Dwayne, you can go.
I already knew that.
Because I've been there, right? So my question to you is first: after that breakup, after that relationship, right? Have you spent time with you?
I have.
She said
No,
she
I
did.
I know what she said. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry.
Do this,
My
right?
bad. I'm sorry. My bad.
Thank you. So have you spent time with you? Right?
I have.
Okay. Have you spent time with God? Are you a believer?
I am.
Okay. You spend time with God?
Yes.
Right. All right. So I'm going to tell you from my experience, and everybody's experience is different, right? So the thing is that once you spend time with you, you got to know you again, because, you know, the thing is that once you're in a relationship, you identify with certain things, right? So you got to kind of find your new identity once you're out of that relationship, correct? You got to find, you know, who am I after this relationship? You know, some of us feel lost after that because we've been in this relationship for a certain period of time. So we have to make sure that we are, you know, spending time with ourselves, spending time with God, of course. And then we get this new identity, not this new identity, but the identity, you know, we come into this new normal, right? So after all that, you know what I'm saying, then we get to a space where, you know what, I can identify the certain characteristics that didn't work for me, and also the person I'm trying to become, or who I am right now that I need to be in alignment with as far as a new relationship. So the signs that you see now, or whatever case is, or the characteristics that you see, you might remember because you did the work. Because you spent time with God and spent time with yourself, you're going to now identify the signs more quickly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm going to say, you know what? That kind of reminds me of what I went through and that I'm healed from. So I got to make sure I can't deal with these things anymore because I remember how it was. So I don't feel as if that's self-sabotage at all. I feel like now you're in a different space. And now because you're healed, because you spent time with you know who you are, what you're looking for, what you're trying to become, you spent that time. So the signs now that you see, those red flags, because as people, I'm not going to say as women, because we see as women, as men, we see the red flags or those signs that don't work for us or remind us of certain things, is that we still say, you know what, I'm going to still get into it. But the fact that you notice the signs, it said, you know what, nah, that ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? The characteristics, that's not for me because I'm trying to become a certain person now. So I'm not self-sabotaging. You're just more aware of who you are and what is who you trying to become. So I need to be in alignment with who I am right now.
That's good.
That's not self-sabotage. You self-awareness. I'm not going to allow anything in my circle that reminds me of what I've been through or is touching those things that I'm healed from. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's what I have to say, because I am right now, I am a single woman, right? I have been in a relationship, was engaged or whatever. I wasn't married, then I was engaged or whatever the case is, and those things didn't work, right? They didn't work. So I had to find my identity again, so to speak, whatever the case is. So I'm dating now, right? So the things that I see that is, you funny, Cruz. The things that if I see those things that are not in alignment with who I'm trying to become, or the red flags that have reminded me of those past relationships, I ain't entering it. Because now I'm more aware of who I am. I'm aware of where I'm trying to go and who I'm trying to become.
I love it. I love this.
That's not
conversation.
self-sabotage. That's self-awareness. Go ahead.
Can I go?
Yo, I know you want to go.
I love the new space, right? That you're in. I just want to piggyback on what Whit was saying.
Yeah.
I love the new space that you're in, and I love it because you set yourself up for now. Who am I ready to serve?
Right.
What am I willing to serve? Because if you're open to the possibility of not just being in a relationship, but being in something purposeful, because I no longer want to do what I've already done.
Mm-hmm.
So now the question is not, am I self-sabotaging, but what am I now willing to serve? And then now you have to lay out what that looks like, because we've been able to identify what it don't look like, what we don't want. Now I got to highlight what I believe it does look like and what I will say yes to. So what will you say yes to? What does that look like? And then here's the challenge, though, because if you've never experienced it, it makes it even more difficult because you don't know how it looks. What you know is what you want and what you don't want. So what my response to your question is, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you willing to serve? So for me, I'll be transparent. I'm big on the word service, especially now in the relationship context. Every day I make it my business to serve who I'm with every day, because that's my way of serving God. I serve God by serving her. That way I reassure her every day, even though we have our challenges. It's not perfect. I'm pretty sure I get on her nerve as well as she gets on mine. But the one thing she can't say is that he don't serve me. So I made a decision to serve. And in my serving God and her, I love who I become. So when you commit to whoever you're willing to serve, the question is, do you like who you're becoming? Not what you did for them, how they made you feel, but who are you becoming now that you're willing to say, this is what I'm willing to serve. This is what it looks like. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Is this helping a little bit? Because, again, it's new, it's foreign, it's unfamiliar, and the uncertainty of it is the reason why also we tend to pull back, because most of us who come from experiences that are painful and very traumatic, we want to control. We want to control. We want to control it. And when we can't control it, we pull back from it. But if you want something purposeful and something spiritual, we have to understand that whoever we sharing space with, they too got to be going before God.
Yo, pay attention to the signs.
And
too.
if they not going before God, and I'm not saying they got to be a churchgoer every day, they got to be going to the mosque every day, they got to be reading scripture every day. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I love who I'm becoming with you, and they loving who they you know what I mean? Like, I love who I'm becoming as a person.
You have to get to that space, though, right? So, like, you need a jumping off point and a starting point. And I'm just finding, like, with everyone, and these are not even, like, I'm not, like, dating or whatever. Like, I like to start up as friends. So even in that friendship space, I, like, red flags all over the place. Like, I mean, like, the radar is just lighting up, and I know that I cannot go past a certain, place with these people. So it's kind of like it's everywhere. It's with everyone. So and I'm at a point where I'm not willing to compromise. So it's kind of like, okay, well, I don't know. I don't know, like, how much give, because I feel like sometimes you give an inch and then you end up with 10 yards. And
so real quick, let's do this real quick. What are some of the settings that's giving you these red flags? Where are you guys? Are you on the phone? Are you guys out? You spending time, you're looking at each other's eyes, you feeling each other's energy. What's the environment?
You also said relationships in general, or is it just the love?
Well, just moving into a romantic space. Right?
So are you guys going to the movies? You going to the club? You going to a lounge? You having a drink? Like, what's the settings?
Kind of everywhere, like, art galleries, going out for a drink, even though, I'm not really a drinker, or just, like, maybe going for a walk, or on the phone, or, I may be in these people's company, and I witness certain kind of behaviors, or, just light bulbs are always going off because I'm very observant. I don't really speak on much, but I observe everything.
So I'll say this real quickly, and you could go if you got something to say. I said this before, and I always say it. A woman, not a little girl, a woman will follow a man wherever he's going until she realizes he don't know where he's going. If that man don't know what his purpose is, that's enough red flag as it is. And you sound like you're in a space right now where you want to be connected and commit yourself to a man who know where he going. Not a man who got a bunch of money, not a man who's sexy and attractive, not a man who sexually, takes you to levels that no man is. Those are bonuses. Those are rewards. But what you sound like you are in a space right now where you want to be in relationship or connected to a man who know where he going. And the red flags that you've been experiencing is that these men, they look good, they say the right things, but they don't know where they're going, so you cut it off. That's what it sounds like. And if that's the truth, then that's fine. So now you've been able to identify what you are willing to serve. I'm willing to serve and be connected to a man who know where he's going, who understands what his purpose is, because I've grown, because I've worked on myself, that's the kind of man I want to be connected to. I want to be with a man who knows where he's going, because you're not going to make me get lost again.
Yeah, that's right.
Did that help?
It does. Thank you so much.
Have a good
You're
night,
welcome.
sweetie.
Thank you so much for calling in again. Please continue to rock with us, vibe with us, stay with us, and answer. Send more questions. Send us conversations in the DM. Leave comments in the post. Whatever it is that we put up. Thank you so much for journeying with us, supporting us, calling in tonight. I hope that answer really blessed you. The man that you desire to be connected to, whether that's your spouse, married, whatever the case may be, is a man who knows where he's going. If he lost, that's your red flag, and you ain't messing with him or them. So thank you so much. Keep that in mind. This is Whitney and Dwayne, another conversation tonight. The phone is ringing. Oh, we got another call in a minute left. Can we take that call, Cruz? Who's on the line? Let's go. We got a minute left.
This is your future wife, one.
Hey, that's my wife to be right there. What's up, boo? We got 1 minute. Come on, make it quick. What you got?
Yeah, it's gonna take more. I was listening to a great show, but I was thinking about the young lady and thinking about my past and saying, like, if you keep getting the same red flag, that's a red flag for yourself to me also, because sometimes in all types of relationships, we attract. If you keep attracting the same type, if I got a whole bunch of friends that's doing a whole bunch of things, I keep attracting that energy, then maybe I need to take a step back and see what am I doing. Because you know what I'm saying? So if you keep attracting the same kind of man or the same type of girlfriends and things like that, and they keep putting you in the same situation, sometimes maybe we need to do some introspection to say, okay, wait, hold on. Why am I attracting these type of people? Why am I bumping into the same type of individuals with just different faces?
That's good. That's good. That's good. And I'm pretty sure when she calls back in, I'm going to remind her if she did not hear what you said. I hope that she did hear what you said and didn't just get off the line or stop watching or listening to us because we coming to a close of the show. But I will definitely bring that back if she didn't hear it. Thank you so much for supporting and calling in. And I will see you when I get home. This is another Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne podcast show. Thank you all for calling in, tuning in. And when you watch this show later on today, please leave us a comment. Send us some conversation in our inboxes on our Instagram and Facebook. We'll love to have conversation with you. See you guys next week. Have a blessed Thursday night. Peace and blessings, y'all. We out.